Alright, in this video, I'll give you a little bit of information here on picking your metric fasteners for the specification sheet and how to decipher some of the same information we did for inches. So we'll jump back here to the fastener PowerPoint information here, these Google slides, and really kind of work our way down through here. So DIN is the institute. This is the Standardization Institute. With metric fasteners, you're going to see a whole lot more of these. You're going to see like an ISO. ANSI also has some metric standardization, but this is the German Institute for Standardization for that specification. As we come down through this thread description, this is a little different situation than what we would see in inches, where inches call out things and they call them by, like, say, hex head or heavy hex head. Here, if we go on, the DIN 84 is a specific slotted cheese head machine screw, 94 cotter pin. So this DIN call out number means far more information, but you need to know that description so that you can know what the number stands for. Okay. There's a huge chart available that you can go to any of these outside sources and you can take a look at to find out what all of this information means when we're talking about metric standards. So here's the DIN standards. As you come down through here and you get to see there's a bunch of different call outs here that mean specific things for the type of drive head or fastener. So really how that metric spec works out. But let's just jump back up into here, because in order to work through this thread specification sheet and pick a mate, you need to know what this stuff means. The DIN and the 933 or the 7984, this is all important to know what type of fastener it is that we're working with, but they really have to match up. So this M8, M6, M12, that's really important also, because the M description is the metric major diameter. So that major diameter is the same thing from crest to crest on either side of a fastener, okay? And then we're talking about that thread pitch. The thread pitch is a little different. It's the distance from crest to crest, okay? So that is 1.5 of a millimeter, and that is the distance crest to crest. You have your pitch diameter tolerance, minor diameter tolerance, length, and then also the property class. This is the strength. This is based upon what this thing can hold when put under load. Really, for our purposes, we're looking to find a mate. Okay, so we need to know that M10 is pretty critical. So when we jump back into our sheet here, we have an M8 and M6. Well, they're not going to fit. We get an M12. Well, here's an M6 and an M6. So these two should have a good opportunity to fit together. Let's go find out what these things are. The 7984 and 986 in the DIN standard. So we could do this in a few different ways. We could go ahead and go to a website like this and we could take a look, see if we can find it there. Since in the end what we're going to need to do is go find it in Inventor anyway, we might as well just go right into Inventor and use Inventor very much just like a supply house so that we can go in and see. So here's where we can start working on some of the filter aspects available. So at the top here we have this, what looks like a little funnel, and what I want to do is I want to actually select this pull down because I want to filter down or funnel down to the DIN standard. So I'm going to click on DIN. Now things are going to jump and change, and then what I see up here, this is all DIN standard nuts because I'm over here in the hex nuts. I want to go back up here to fasteners because I really want to filter from the top down, and then I want to click the search bar, and what comes up here is this search menu, and I think by default it's on families. So I generally take it to members. And actually we'll see what happens if it stays on families. And I'm going to go ahead back to the thread spec sheet and take a look. Here we got a DIN, that M6 and M6. So here's an M6. This is a 986. Let's go ahead and put in 986 back here and highlight. Oh, it's already there. So 986. And I'm going to hit enter. And you can see now I have two families that just popped up. So here's a DIN 986 family. And then here's another one that's an SWISO. Well, nothing's called out about that. So I'm going to go ahead and select this family. And now as I come down through here, now I'm looking at that diameter. And so we'll go back out to the sheet and we'll see, well, where's that diameter? So there's M6 and it's going to be by 1. So let's see if we can find that in this chart. So we're going to do M6. So there is a 6. And there's the M6 again, calling that out. And most likely I think this is going to be the fastener because I don't see another M6 in here. Oh, there it is. So we have a thread's description of an M6 by 1. That is our thread descriptor. All right. So we're good. We'll go ahead and hit OK. And this thing should open up. And again, we're going to save this thing to a particular space. We'll do a save. And I'll take this to the desktop where I'm working with all my fastener friends here. And we'll save that. All right. So that's good. So now we got to go find its mate. So we'll go back out here to File, Open, go to Content Center. And now we got to go hunt for that. So let's go find some information on that. So I'll bounce back out here and take a look. So that's an M67984. Go back here to Inventor, highlight this, 7984, enter, and there it is. So this looks like it's a cap head of some type. And we're going to find that M6 down here. So there's a 6. And I guess we got to find, I'm going to highlight that so I can see it better and find out what length is this thing going to be. So again, go back out here, and this is going to be an M6 by 30. All right, so M6 by 30. Come on down. There's an M6 by 30. Come over and highlight that cell so I can see it. That looks like its mate. So we hit OK. This will download. Again, we're going to save it right away. Save as. Take this directly to my desktop. Put it in my fastener folder and save. And now we're ready to go ahead and take these two to the fastener drawing. And this is where we started laying out the first hex head. So we'll go ahead and do the same thing. Base. And again, set this up to be in position here like so. Hit OK. Okay, and then we'll go back and grab base. And now we're just going to go in and find the nut. Now this comes in, geez, 5 to 1. Heck, we don't need that. Let's go make that 1 to 1. And we'll set this in position. And we'll hit OK. Again, we want to link these up, so we're going to right-click, Alignment, Horizontal, select the other view. Then we just go ahead and we'll go ahead and set up the annotation. So we will then use our center marks and center line bisector tools here to do all this stuff, and then just keep dimensioning and annotating as you see in the examples of the particular drawings. I would go and open those up and zoom in and take a look and see here's that M630 and here's the DIN M61. Make sure you add the notes to these particular fasteners, and then make sure that you also give the nomenclature as well. So if we go back into here and I grab the hole and thread tool and then just go ahead and select and pull up and drop that, we can do that. And then also the same here. So make sure you go ahead and add all the notation necessary. That's also important in this particular process. And keep going and selecting, and then also don't forget to fill out that chart. So I've opened up the chart and I look up here, there's my DIN M630, so the standard is going to be DIN, DIN, and then the spec is going to be 7984. Major diameter is an M6. Whoops, there we go. Bolt length, we're talking about 30. And is this internal or external? Well, obviously this is a bolt, so this is going to be external. And you can put EX there for that. Then we come down here. This is internal because we know that that is the nut. The length would be 1. That is also an M6 because they mate. And then 986 is the specification, and of course it is a DIN standard. So that's what we're looking for. Make sure you PDF this particular chart as well. So obviously you're going to go in and you can download this as a PDF document, and then you can bind this together with the other chart that is filled out, and then also with the PDF B-size sheet from your Inventor files. All right, PDF all those together and then submit them. All right, hopefully this helps you get through a little bit of that metric standard information for the chart.